Says I'm live. Hello, 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 Nancy. I don't like my lighting. I never do. Oh, wow. Okay. Let me see if I can fix this lighting just a little bit. No, that's worse. Oh, I don't know. I don't know what happened. I don't know what happened in here. It looks so dark. Well, I don't know. Bear with me, Nancy. I'm going to turn on this light and see if it helps. It probably don't. Oh, that ain't going to help at all. That light ain't helping nothing. Well, I don't like that. I don't have any other light. I used to have a little light thing. I don't know what I've done with that. Anyway, whatever. Whatever, I'm here. I don't know. I just don't like this lighting at all. Usually Lee, I think Lee is usually on this side. I don't know. Maybe he blocks the light. I don't know. Or he is the light. That's what he would say. Oh, he would definitely say that. He would say, I am the light. Jesus is Lord. Hello. Okay, that's just blinding me. Wow. I've made it worse, if that's possible. Okay, but it's going to have to be left alone, I think. Sorry, y'all. The lighting is terrible. I'm going to work on that. I used to have a little light thing that's set up here above, but I don't know what I've done with that. I cleaned up my space. This is my desk that I work at. You know, I'm working from home now, and this is my home office in a way, I guess you'd say. And I had clutter, and I hate clutter, but I had really bad clutter. And I have been trying to eliminate some clutter all over my house because I really do hate clutter. But I always seem to end up stacking and stacking and stacking until there's clutter, and then I have to go through and what they call purge and everything. So that's what I've done to my desktop, and now I can't find anything. So that presents a whole new problem when you can't find anything because you've. So, hello, Rebecca, Christy. Let's see. There we go. And everybody's saying hi to everybody. All right. Glad to see Jesus is Lord on here. So let's see. So I got me a little rolly cart beside my desk over here that I got on Amazon. I wished I could show it to you. It's perfect, fits this spot perfect. I have a little narrow spot here, but it couldn't be too long. So I kind of measured that spot and then went on Amazon and put specifically that in and found one of the little narrow rolly carts, but it's not long because it wouldn't fit in there, most of them that you've seen. So this one is little, and I wished I could show it. It's on wheels. It's a little rolly cart on wheels. It's clear. It's the clear plastic. And I got the measurements and put that into Amazon and made it and found one perfect. And it was only 20 with tax and everything. I think it was $23 or something. And of course on Amazon I have the Prime, so I have no shipping costs. So it was like $23 total for this lot. And that was able to get all this stuff off my desk, a lot of it, but bigger stuff. It's small. So bigger stuff like this light I had up here had to go somewhere else. And now I need it. Don't have it. Okay. Thank you, Christy. I've missed you too. This has been a trial I wouldn't wish on anyone except the devil himself. Yep. Understand that. My goodness. And yes, glad to have you back, though. Her internet was down from out in North Carolina areas out there where things, the Hurricane Helene, and the flooding and all that. And anyway, I don't think she said her home was fine, but they were out of electricity and internet for 10 days. So they lost all of their refrigerator and freezer stuff and all of that. So yeah. Um, yeah, good to have you back. Good to see. It was good to find out that you were okay because I wondered about several people out that area that hadn't heard from, and it's good to find out when somebody's okay. Was okay. I know losing your food and stuff was terrible, and being without electricity for 10 days. We had the ice storm back in '09, so I know what that's like. We were out of electricity for about 10 days. And some people in this area it was longer. But for us it was about 10 days. And it was the most miserable 10 days. I believe. Oh, it was terrible. And not that maybe I always say I could live off grid, and maybe I could, but you would be more prepared than something like that happen, and you're not prepared to be that way. Anyway, okay, I am waiting on a call from Andale. So, okay, anyway, so we had sickness. I think I've talked about this. I think I actually talked about this in my last live, and I've missed a couple times for various reasons. I didn't get sick. I didn't get sick. I doubled up on all of my stuff. I doubled up on my echinacea, elderberry, fire cider, colloidal silver. I was taking all of that stuff while everybody was sick. Lee was sick for about a week. My daughter that lives on our property up here was sick for about a week. My good friend Lana was sick off and on. She was sick for a week or two, and then she got a little better and then got sick again for another week or two and can't seem to shake it, and it seems to be all the same thing, but people handle it differently, I guess. And then we had 5 people out of our church sick with the same thing. And we have a very small church, so that was kind of a lot of people was out because we have a very small church, and 5 people makes a big difference. Anyway, so I didn't get it so far. I believe Holland and Lily might have had it. They had something for a few days. I can't remember how long he said, 3 or 4 days. They had something a little going on, but they're better. They're getting out today and go shopping. So that is good to hear. Talked to them this morning. When I was 14, we lost power for 2 weeks and we loved it and just got used to it. Of course, we had a wood stove. No internet for over 2 months. Oh, in South Georgia. I wasn't exactly sure where. I knew you were. So Helene hit here Thursday night before heading north. I remember being without electricity from an ice storm in Kansas when my daughter was a month old. How much we forget that we can go through that and do well. Yeah. But glory to God, I refuse to complain when there was folks who drowned. Yeah. Yeah. There's always somebody worse off. No matter what the situation, there's always somebody worse off. And you can say, you can praise that you got by as well as you did. That's, I think, in any situation. I wish I had a wood stove, but they are work. Well, that's what we use is wood stove, but we have 3 little electric heaters that we plug in when it's not quite so cold, because that wood stove can get it really hot in here, and I just refuse. I'm like, don't you start a fire. So we have 3 space heaters. I guess you call them little heaters, electric heaters, small ones, and we put them kind of throughout the house and turn those on when it's not quite so cold but needs a little something. I would love a fireplace or a wood stove again. Yeah. Yeah, they're great. Great. It sure saves. And now, when we have to run these little electric heaters, the bill will go up a little bit, but not terribly. And but I can, we can always start a fire and run the chill out and then let it go out too. So, either way we can get by with it. Anyway, okay, so the sickness had hit here all around. And and even other places like uh I have a friend, well, Tim and Amy's homestead out in North Carolina. They they were sick. Hers lingered on. She couldn't shake hers too. But and Kathy, I think Kathy went through a little spell of something. Probably the same thing. I know it's just been all around the country, I believe. Hey, Howie. I've missed Howie a few mornings in a row. I tried to catch him several mornings. He was live real early. Real early. That's probably why I missed several. But I saw a time or two that you were on live, but I just was too busy and couldn't even stop in. I should have stopped in and said hi, but I was just so busy I couldn't. But good to see you always. Always good to see you. So sickness all around, and I somehow avoided it. Well, I know how because I was already starting to take my echinacea and elderberry, and I don't do echinacea all the time. And well, I don't do any of it all the time, but I start early doing elderberry, and then if I start feeling a little sick, I'll kick in on the echinacea for a week or so. Well, I had, when Lee got sick, I had been already taking some elderberry, and then I got out the fire cider, and then I was feeling a little puny one day, and I started taking the echinacea just in case, and I doubled up on everything. And I'm not going to say, I think I might have been starting to get it, but I doubled up on everything and kicked it before it got a good hold because I was feeling puny for a few days there. And I would just kind of feel puny and off a little, like I might have been getting sick, but then it would go away and I'd feel better. And then a little while later, I'd start feeling kind of puny again. And I'm like, okay, I just doubled up on all the stuff I like to take, tinctures and fire cider. Um, So let's see what else. A mushroom coffee. So I had been drinking mushroom coffee for quite a while. I'm going to say at least, probably a year, but I'm going to say at least 8 months. I started drinking mushroom coffee. Now, I would drink a little regular coffee in between a little bit or mix it. Mostly I would mix it, I think. And so you don't think until you stop doing something sometimes. And so one reason I'd done that was because of my I was having high blood pressure. I was having some issues, period, just weird issues. And one thing was the high blood pressure. And so I went to this mushroom coffee. I was kind of already starting to drink it a little bit for just good health, whatever, and not have so much caffeine. And so I started the mushroom coffee. Well, I got to where I was drinking more mushroom coffee and hardly any regular coffee. And I was doing great with it, but I didn't think that much about it until I ran out. I ran out of mushroom coffee and hadn't had it for at least a week. And started drinking regular coffee again all the time, instead of the mushroom coffee at all, just the regular coffee. And I started being jittery inside and having kind of anxiety, like anxiety feeling, that horrible old feeling of, and jittery. And then I was like, oh, The mushroom coffee was helping, and I didn't even realize it so much. So I've got coffee ordered, mushroom coffee ordered. And, for a little while, I was also trying the, um, hey, Susan, Dandy, Dandy Blend. That's what it's called, Dandy Blend. And it is a dandelion coffee. And I had that for a while. I haven't had that a long time because I kind of went to the mushroom coffee. But the Dandy Blend, that's the name of it, is a dandelion coffee. And I'm thinking I might order some of that too and kind of do both. I like to just mix it up a little, but occasionally I have regular coffee anyways, but not very often. And now for like over a week, I was just drinking regular coffee and I drink a lot of coffee. And then I started realizing I was jittery and anxious and just tightness in my chest like again, just I think that's anxiety maybe. I don't know, but I was like, "Oh." Yeah, you don't realize until you stop something, and then you're like, "Oh, that was helping." I have the tea. I need to drink it, but I forget to drink it. Yeah. Let's see. Hey, Red. Red came in, and Susan. I said hi to Susan. Okay. One of my sister's nurses told me she drank the Dandy coffee. It's called Dandy Blend, and yeah, it's a Dandy coffee. It's a, I think it's an instant, if I remember correctly. I'm pretty sure it's an instant. Am I remembering that correctly? Anyway, I believe it's an instant. I had it for a long time. I drank that for a couple of years, but it's been a while. It's been a couple of years. But anyway, it's really good. I need to order some more of that. Red never liked coffee. I can't imagine that. I've always drank I guess because my dad drinks so much coffee. My dad drank coffee all day long, all the time. If it got further into the nighttime, he might would switch to decaf, but I don't even know. I mean, I don't know how often he even done that. He drank coffee all the time, all day long. Occasionally, he would drink a glass of tea, but I just remember him always drinking coffee all day. And so he gave me coffee. He let me drink coffee, and we would sit at the kitchen table and drink coffee together and snack on something crazy, something. Um, he was big about. He kept molasses. He kept a can, like a can that you had to pry the lid open, almost like a paint can of molasses. And he made homemade biscuits all the time. We always had homemade biscuits all the time, and he made the best homemade biscuits. And we would sit at the kitchen table and have molasses and butter on homemade biscuits and a cup of coffee. Anyway, I miss my dad. Let's see. He used to love hot cocoa, but can't do any chocolate because of the dairy in it. I didn't start drinking coffee until my 30s. Now addicted, yeah. I used to drink a pot or two a day, and it never bothered me. I just have got to a point, just a cup or two, yeah. Yeah, I don't think it ever bothered me before until maybe high blood pressure is when I couldn't drink coffee as much. I don't know. That was the choice of drink for just sitting at the table and talking. Yeah. My uncle said I would like coffee when I grew up. It took me a while. I don't know what age I started drinking coffee at. Young, because I would sit at the kitchen table with my dad. I don't know, 10 or 11. I don't know. My brother can drink a pot of coffee at night and sleep. I told him he doesn't have a conscience. I could do that too for a long time. I can't anymore, and it's been a long time since I could do that. But I used to coulda. I used to coulda. So anyway, that's funny. So I've got mushroom coffee ordered, and I think I'll order some of that Dandy Blend again. I haven't had that in a long time, and I'm just trying to watch the caffeine just really, especially I think if you haven't had caffeine in a while. I don't drink sodas or anything like that. I mostly just drink flavored water. And so I don't have much caffeine at all. And then when I do, I'm just like, ugh, I'm jittery and I feel like I'm having a heart attack. um, let's see. My older sister had to stop drinking coffee. Her heart would start racing. Yes. Yes, that's what I'm talking about. Red, I think it's anxiety. I'm not sure. I'm not sure. I think the caffeine races your heart and gives you anxiety, or you feel like it's anxiety. I don't know. If you get the Hershey cocoa that you bake with, you can make your own hot chocolate mix. That's good. There you go. There's your recipe. Then I said I didn't care and drank it. Well, it made me sick again. Hmm. Yeah, try that one Nancy put up there. That's awesome. So what else? So I want to show a couple things. So I said I've been trying to declutter, and so I cleaned up my office space here, or whatever you call this, my workspace. I can't call it an office because it's like in the living room. The living room and kitchen is one big area. Most of y'all have seen my house on videos. The kitchen's right there, and it's all one big area. Well, this is part of this one big area, is this little office space or workspace, computer space. And so it was getting so stacked up with mess. I felt horrible sitting there because I just stacked papers, lots of papers I didn't even need. I threw half of it away. And then just tidbits of junk, ink pens and um, um, charger cords and business cards and eyeglasses. I have a million pairs of glasses and a ruler and a magnifying glass and um, glass cleaner wipes and a measuring tape and whiteout. Okay. All of that was up here on my desk. And I was like, this has got to go. I can't take this. Um, my house smells like a rose shop. I'm making rose tallow soap. Awesome. That is what Anastasia is allergic to. All regular dairy products and goat milk too. Oh my. Mm. So anyway, so I started also. I had said I was going to do this way back. Way back, I was talking about cleaning out my closet because I have so many clothes I don't wear. But I'd start cleaning out, and then you've got clothes that you're like, oh well, I need to keep that because I might need that sometime, or maybe one of these days I might need to wear that, or that's just a little bit tight, but if I lose just a little bit of weight, I'll be able to wear that, right? Yeah, and then there's like I had clothes I love, but I wasn't putting them together as outfits. So I would love this shirt, but I didn't really know what pants to wear it with. I mean, you can wear mostly with jeans, you can wear anything, but it was a nice shirt, like a dress shirt for church, but I didn't really have the right pants to go with it. I didn't feel like, or you know what I mean, that kind of thing, or like a um, a sweater that like I wear my basic black and brown sweaters most of the time, but then there would be this colored sweater that is I really like and it would look good with something, but I didn't match it up with anything. So I had all these clothes in there. And I kept saying I was going to go through and just get rid of a bunch of stuff I wasn't wearing. But then you feel bad about just getting rid of really nice clothes. So I took some to the what do you call it? Well, here it's called his house, the clothes closet, clothes pantry. What's it called? You know what I mean? So I took some. I have took some there, but then there's some that's really really nice. I'm like, oh, I don't want to just give that away, and maybe I'll wear it someday. Well, I found a solution. I hope. I think. So I heard about this thing called Thread Up, and some of y'all might have heard of it. but I just found out about it recently. It's called Thread Up. So it's used clothing mostly. Some of it's new, some of it people bought and never wore, but it's kind of a swap. So you kind of not really a swap in a way. You go on there and you pick out 5 items or however many, but I'm gonna say 5 items. So you go on there and you pick out 5 items, and they tell you the price, and they send it to you. And then if you don't like it, if you try it on, it don't fit right and you don't like it, you can send it back and not get charged. But also they send you a bag that you can send some of your clothes back in, and you make money off of your clothes. So, like, even though you're buying clothes, you're getting rid of some of your clothes that you don't wear anymore, and you're making money off your clothes for buying those clothes. You know what I mean? It's kind of a swap out, kind of a almost like a trade type thing in a way. So I'm trying that. So I ordered 5 items. I think they come in tomorrow or Thursday. And I've got a stack of clothes that I'm going to put in the bag and send back. And I'm hoping that I maybe, hopefully, will get almost as much money out of my clothes as I'm spending on these clothes, and I won't feel so bad. And you can send these back if you don't like them. So the clothes I picked out, if they come in and I try it on and it don't fit like I want it to or something, I can send that back and not be and get my money back. So you usually can't do that with used clothes. So also that they don't, I mean, you get to look at the clothes. You pick out what clothes you want. It's not like some of those places I wouldn't do is like Stitch something where they pick out clothes for you and send them to you. And no, I don't want to do that. I'd be sending everything back probably if I'd done that. This, you pick out the clothes. But then if they don't fit just right, you can send them back. So anyway, the lady who does Do It on a Dime channel raves about Thread Up. Um, can't think of her name, but anyway, I know who you're talking about. Trades are good. Church has a trade day. That's awesome. Then the next day opens it up to the public to give away what's left. That's awesome. That's a great idea, Christy. I love that. I missed your other comment up there. Oh, I missed several. I'm sorry. Sounds good, Red. I remember grandmother used Rose. I have lost so much weight, my britches fell off me in public. I think I remember you saying that. Mine fell off chasing a dog who was chasing a raccoon with a jar on its head. Wow. Oh my. Anyway, so yeah, the clothing thing is great. So I've tried that. It's called Thread Up. And I think mine's coming in tomorrow or Thursday. And like I said, I've already got a whole pile. And I don't know, I'm not real sure. I've got to check on this. I don't know if I could send that whole pile in. I think if you order 5, then you send 5 in. I'm not real sure about that. You might can send in however many you want, but in my head, it works like, because I'm trying to do it as a trade, like I'm hoping I get the money out of my clothes for these 5 clothes. So in my head, it's like I bought 5, I'm going to send 5 back, but I probably have more like 10 in my pile. I might can send them all back. I don't know. I have to check into that. Anyway, I think it's a great idea. It's kind of, to me, barter and trade is wonderful. And to me, that's kind of how this works. Anyway, so I'm trying to purge my closet and some of my things. And, but, okay, so the clothes have to be, they'll send them back to you and not even put them up if they're not nice. You can't send anything dirty or very used looking. It has to look fairly new. And you can't send anything that's been altered. So if you've taken it up and it's not the size it says on the tag, you're not supposed to send that in. So it has to be nice clothes. So that's another good thing about it is you're not gonna end up getting it and it have a stain on the back you couldn't see from the picture or something like that. So hopefully, in theory. Let's see. Okay. What else? I'm also trying to budget, trying to budget because we want to save some money. So we have a small little savings account, but I'm always dipping into it to get something, and it's not always something we really need. It might just be something I want and I dip in there. And so we don't keep much savings, and we really want to have some savings. And Lee really has been stressing about saving money and having a savings. So I think so. I watched a video about saving and about budgeting, and she was talking about saving a set goal. So, like you set a goal for the year, and you say, "I'm gonna save this much money this year." So, like for 2025, you want it to save $5,000 and have $5,000 in a savings account. We've never had that before. Just saying. Um, maybe when we got a chunk of money and put it in there, but then we would start using it, but not even in a maybe a savings. But anyway, so she suggests getting a high yield, opening a high yield savings account. I don't know. I don't know enough about finances to know how to go about finding that out. I don't know if you can just walk into the bank and say, "Do you have a high yield savings account?" I don't know. I'm gonna find all that out. But so if you're gonna save $5,000, then you break that down and see how much that is a week, and then you set aside that much every week in a special savings account. My One of my problems is our savings account is linked to our checking account, and so it is nothing for me to go online on my bank account and move money over. And I don't have a card for my savings account. That would be even worse. If I had gotten a card for my savings account, there would never be nothing in there. You know what I mean? I'm not self-disciplined enough to do that. So I have to open up a separate savings account that has nothing to do with my checking account and figure out how much we want to save, set a goal, and then figure out how much that would be every week, and then take that every week and put it in that savings account and not touch it. It's going to be hard, but that's my kind of goal for 2025. The bank should have it on their website and check out CDs because you can't take money out of a CD until 6 months. That's probably what I should do, but probably won't. Because I would be so afraid that if something happened and I really, really needed it, I couldn't, you know? If I don't know, just a scenario like if something happened to Lee and he couldn't work and we didn't have any money and I needed that money and couldn't get it, you know, I'd be worried about that and be like, nah, I'm just going to put it in a different bank, not our bank. I'm going to go to a whole different bank and set up a separate savings account and not have access to it. So, like that, if I needed that money, I would have to actually go to that bank and say, I need this money. I think that will deter me from just using it. Anyway, yeah, I don't think I want to do the CD. I would really be afraid that something would happen and I'd really need it and not be able to get it. But I do want to save up some, and I don't know, haven't decided how much. 5,000 would be great. to have. I don't think I probably can't realistically do any more than that because I'm just not a saver. I'm not a saver, I'm a spender. But I am going to try to budget and see where we can cut things and save that money. And we did. Lee had left this job and went to making way less because he wasn't happy at that job. And he went to making way less for about, I can't remember how many years he could say, 6 years, maybe 6 years. I can't, yeah, I think it was about 6 years. About 6 years. He had left this job making more money, went to a job making less money, and even less because they weren't working much for a while there. And we lived fine on that. We done fine on that. We had to really cut and we had to really not spend things. We couldn't get hardly anything we wanted. We had to put all that money on the stuff we had to have or needed, necessities. So we weren't able to get other little things that we wanted, you know, and that's fine. We lived fine that way for 6 years. Well, he ended up because some of the guys that he used to work with here at this job called and was like, "Oh, things have changed. Things are better. You should come back. We're making more money." And, we were living pretty tight and absolutely not saving anything. We were living absolutely paycheck to paycheck and be short a lot of times. So he decided to go back. So he went back to this higher paying job. Well, now you know what you do. You all know, unless you are very disciplined, you spend that money. No matter how much money you make, you usually spend it. And you think, oh, if I go back to this job making this much money, we're going to save money because I'll be making so much more money than we've been making. No, then you start spending more money that it's like, oh, now I can get these wants I had. And that's what we've done. That's what I've done. I'm not going to blame it on him. I'm going to blame it on me. He's very simple. Lee is very simple. He does the same thing all the time. That's how much he spends. That's how much he uses. He don't want for a lot of things because he just goes out there piddling in the yard and does his things. And I'm the one that spends most of the money because I want this and I want that. And oh, let's have this for supper instead of what we had. You know, you adjust your spending for the higher income. You just do. Most people, we do. I do. I do. I do. And I can't blame it on Lee. And not everybody does that because some people are more disciplined than I am. But anyway, so I'm trying to get away from that and budget. And so I showed my little notebook. This has become my notebook, wallet, calendar, planner, journal, everything. And it's a traveler's notebook, but it's a off-brand cheap one. Traveler's notebooks are expensive. And this one was on Amazon for like $23. Get it back over here. So I always use a planner and I always use journals and calendars, but this is all in one. So you can have different sections, and I decorated it up pretty. And in the back of it, where it's got just lined paper, I'm going to budget and kind of journal and stuff and to-do lists and stuff like that. And then the front, I have calendar. And beside my calendar, I have bills so I can check off bills each time they're paid. And it's even got, because I want it to make mine kind of a wallet too. So it's got inserts that you can do that have pockets and credit card things and all that. And so I'm hoping this will help me really keep up with a lot of stuff and budget and keep up with grandkids' birthdays. I have 5 daughters and 14 grandchildren and spouses, all to keep up with birthdays, and it's really hard. And so I'm putting them in there. I always put them on a calendar, but then you don't get that calendar out as much as you think you would or you should. And anyway, so I've got everything in one spot. Now, this don't start till January, but I've already been marking all the birthdays, and I've already been writing my to-do lists and grocery lists and stuff like that in it. And so I'm doing all of it in one spot. So let's see. Money Pit Homestead. I bet that's Lisa probably. Let's see, and Anne Marie. Let's see. Let me catch up here. Do what you can. Small beginnings are better than nothing. Absolutely. Yes, you adjust your spending for the higher income. I read that. When my husband went from enlisted to an officer, we still didn't seem to have extra money. But in our case, it was his spending. And Anne Marie is late. A little bit late. That's all right. So I was talking about budgeting and stuff, and I'm trying to save this year. We've got to get some money saved up. Yes, it's Lisa. Donald is at work. That's what I figured. Um, so okay, what else? So I did purge my closet a whole lot, and I'm gonna do some more. I'm not done purging my closet, but I'm gonna do it a little along as I figure out a few pieces that would make other pieces work better. So that's what I've done with this thread up. The 5 pieces I ordered from this thread up are stuff that's going to help other pieces in my closet that I love work out better. So like I had a jacket that needed I don't know what you call it's not a jacket, it's like a cardigan maybe type thing, but it needed a shirt underneath it to wear with the outfit, the pants I wanted to wear it with to make it all match better. So I ordered a shirt off of this thread up that will make all that match so that I will have a whole outfit there. I don't have to figure out and guess, is this going to match this? So you got me to purge my closet. Well, so I'm doing this thread up. You can send your clothes in if they're nice. They have to be nice and clean and no stains, and they can't be altered. And you can send them in and get money back for the clothes you're picking out. I'm trying it. I've never done it before. I'll get my first 5 pieces, 5 items. I picked out 5 items. I think maybe 5 might be the minimum. I can't remember how that works. I don't remember. You just pick out 5 items, and then they send you when they send them to you, they send you a bag to send the items back in, so you can send back what you don't like if you get those 5. I mean, you pick them out, but if you get it and it doesn't fit right, you can bag it up, send it back, and get your money back and all that. So anyway, let's see. I missed something. Let me see. I'm getting a cost of living increase raise next year of a whole $9 a month. That means a few more packs of ramen. Yeah. Uh, got 6. That's what that was. Barb, that's all. Yeah. That's sad. Yeah, that's sad as high as everything is. Hopefully things are going to straighten out a little bit. I hope. All we can do is hope that things are gonna straighten out a little bit. Um, don't know. Don't know. Some people say that we're so far in debt and things were so bad with the economy that it's going to be hard to fix, but I think it can come back somewhat anyway. We have a sigh of relief right now anyway. I think most of the increase was eaten up by the Medicare increase. But I'm thankful for anything. Yeah. Yeah. So anyway, so I'm using this to really plan and budget and hopefully organize me. Hopefully it will organize me. And this was a cheap one. They're called traveler's notebooks. They have smaller ones. I liked this size because I'm gonna do everything in it. But the smaller ones that are called passport notebook is smaller, but for what I wanted to do, I had to get the big one. But I did not pay an expensive price for this. They are expensive if you get the name brand. This is a cheap, it's Robrasum. Anyway, it was on Amazon for $23, and then you get the paper inserts for like maybe $6 a piece. But I'm hoping this really helps me stay organized. And I got to move that. So, what else? I got to move on. I have to go to course every Tuesday. I have to go to the bank and post office and all that stuff. And so I got to get off here in a little bit and do that. Let's see. It can be fixed. It can be fixed for 6 to 8 months, have the prices of everything like it was in 85, and everyone can be out of debt and boost the economy. I quit going to doctors, so Medicare isn't a problem. Nancy for president. I have it only for chiro and dentist. Yeah. So what else? Let's see. I talked about sickness going around, mushroom coffee, purging my closet, thread up, budgeting. I don't know what that says. D. Whatever that says. Newsletters. Oh, let's see. Members got newsletters. I know that Linda Chandler, who is not in here, she must be busy, got hers. Anne Marie don't check her mail that often, so she might not have got hers yet. I'm going to be able to save over $60 a week. I quit smoking last Wednesday, so please keep me in your prayers. That's awesome. That is awesome. That's awesome. I will be praying for that. I'm going to write that down. Y'all pray, pray, pray for Lisa. That's awesome. You will feel so much better. I wish Lee would quit so bad. I'm going to write you down and put you in my prayer book. I have a prayer Bible specifically for prayer needs, and I stick Post-it notes in there for prayer needs. And I'm going to put that down. Okay. And also, of prayer needs, I'm going to talk about Nancy. Nancy is looking for a better place to live. Our treasured home, Nancy at Our Treasured Home is looking for a better place to live. She needs prayer. Christy Betts is in here. She needs a vehicle. And Kathy is not in here, but she has a dear friend that has cancer, lung cancer. I think it's pretty serious, evidently. And Kathy is going to go to Georgia and visit her friend so that just in case something happens, she will get to see her again, you know. So she needs prayer. Thank you. I've smoked all my life. So far, doing really good. That is awesome. That is awesome. That is something to be proud of. Oh, I wish Lee would quit. I need to quit, but what I smoke is a third the price of cigarettes. it's still, um, unless you're not smoking tobacco and you're smoking something else, it's bad for you. The smoking cigarettes, tobacco cigarettes, is so bad for you. It's so bad for you. Just yeah. Anyway, what else? Let's see. There's something else. Ball games. Oh, so I had a ball game last night with one grandchild. Tonight I've got a ball game for another grandchild that is doing really good. Jonna, my senior, she's a senior this year. I know most of y'all have heard me talk about Jonna before, and Jonna has been at a couple of the picnics. She was at the picnic this year. Her and her boyfriend. Um, her boyfriend said the prayer for us, but they are no longer. So they split up, and that was kind of devastating for her, but she's fine now. But she plays softball and basketball. She's really good at softball, and she got a softball scholarship for college, full ride, when she graduates this year. But she also plays basketball, and she's always been good at basketball, but this year she is even better. She is really doing good at basketball this year, and has been the high scorer. She's always been in the five. What do they call them? The starters. In the five starters, she's been that for uh, years. Um, like all of high school and maybe middle school too. I'm not sure she was a starter in middle school. Middle school, maybe I can't remember, but all of high school she's been a starter. But she was really good at stealing the ball and getting it down the court, and not always good at hitting. But they used her in the five starters because she was really good at stealing the ball and getting it back down the other direction, right? Good dribbler and all that, fast. But this year she's really hitting, and she has been the high scorer, like I know the last 3 games. And so that's been fantastic to watch. I hate sports, y'all. I hate sports. I don't like watching sports except for my grandkids. And then I'm like, cheering them on. And so it's really fun to see when they're winning. So anyway, let's see. Let me go back up here. Got mine. Oh, Susan got her newsletter. I need to quit. Okay, read that. Read that. Where are we at? Flavored cigars. Huh. Flavored cigars, but health wise, still bad. Huh. Congrats on the scholarship. Yes, that was wonderful. Full ride. For softball. That's for softball. She's really good at softball. And now she's good at basketball. Who knows? She could get, well, I don't guess you can get another scholarship when it's full ride, but praise God for her scholarship. Sending her congratulations on her hard work. Yeah, sure has a sweet smile. She's a sweet kid. She's a really good kid. She's a really good kid. Anyway, let's see. What else? Newsletters. So one more thing, and then I'm going to get off here because I've got to go to the bank, the post office, and all that stuff. So I done a little video. This last video I just done. I don't know if everybody has seen that, but I don't know. It was kind of I don't know. It was kind of a strange moment I was feeling about I don't know, my house not being perfect, and um, it was more about okay. It was more about not wanting to go and do things, and I was thinking how much I love being at home. I don't know if that I was going through a moment, and my moment was more about enjoying being at home and enjoying just little things at home. And we don't go out a whole lot. Lee don't like to go out at all. I do go out. I mostly go out because I kind of have to. Like I go for grandkids' ball games and I go for church. And that's about it, especially since I'm working from home now. Most of y'all know that I'm working from home now. I don't have to go out to an office. I'm doing everything right here in this seat, right here in this spot. That was one reason I had to declutter this mess because I had to have a clean spot if I was going to be here all the time. And I don't work on Fridays, so I work Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and about half the day on Thursday. And so I'm sitting in this spot a lot and had to declutter and make it look. But also there's spots in my house like the spot I showed in that video of my vanity. That's kind of my makeup area. My bathroom. We have a bigger bathroom, and then I have a little bitty bathroom with a vanity. And I put on makeup, do my hair, all that stuff there. That's also my what you kind of call prayer closet. If you've ever seen the movie War Room, she had a prayer closet, or she called it War Room, and it's not a closet really. I think hers was, but it's a spot. It's the spot where you go and read a devotional and pray, and that's kind of my spot for that also. And I have a picture of my mom and dad when they were younger, and I have some all of that stuff sitting there was either my mom's or her mama, my mama or her mama's. All the dainty little ceramics and brooches and things like that, and it's just a special spot for me. And so I was cleaning that up, and made me think of that also was like, this is a precious little spot in my house that I love. And I don't know, just enjoying simple things. Another thing was our preacher. My preacher has been preaching on having joy. He's talking about people coming into church looking like this, and sitting there in church. And I'm probably bad about that. I probably sit in church like this. Because I'm not a big smiler. I get on here and smile because I don't know, just y'all make me happy. I don't know. I don't know. But like you a lot of people go into church, and I don't know, and every day. It's not just church. I'm like, sometimes I'm just, you know, and he's talking about having joy. And so he's been preaching on having joy in your life. And I was thinking as I was cleaning my little vanity area with my precious things that I love, and I was cleaning that up, and I was just, I don't know, thinking, this brings me joy. Not that the Lord don't. Lord brings me joy. I'm just saying little things, little everyday simple things that bring us joy. That's what the video was kind of about, was just appreciating the little simple things that don't have to be complicated, don't have to cost an arm and a leg, that bring us joy. And so that's kind of, and Lee can find joy right out there in his little shed, or right out there flint knapping, making arrowheads. He's content and happy doing those things. And I'm not always. So I have to find those things, because I'm like, I think I'm more joyful, I don't know, shopping, spending money for no reason. I don't know. I don't know. But I'm trying to find joy all the time in everything. And yeah, the preacher really made me think about that a lot, is that if we can't have joy in the Lord, how can we have joy? It can't always be joy in just food. You know, look at me. I have find joy in food, but that's not good either. Some people find joy in smoking a cigarette. That's not good at all. So throw that cigarette down and find something else that brings joy. Anyway, that's kind of where that video was kind of going. And then it was just a moment of, but I am going to, one thing in that video I talked about that I am going to do, I'm dragging this out, was show that we're not perfect. And y'all know that. Y'all know we're not perfect. We don't try to show perfect. But there's things I don't show because, I mean, we're not hiding anything, and we try to show our real life. But at the same time, if you are a YouTube channel, you don't show all the ugly. You kind of hold that camera over here away from the ugly. And I don't want to do that. I want to just be able to turn on the camera and show you something we're doing without worrying about the mess beside it, or without worrying about a stain on my shirt I've got on, or what else? Some dirt, And so that was another reason for that video, is that we definitely ain't perfect. And if we show some real life and in some of it's ugly or dirty or messy, I'm sorry, but you probably have a mess too. Right? Am I right? Do you have a mess too, or is your life perfect and you don't have any dirt or mess? Right? So anyway, I got to catch up real quick on this, and then I'm gonna have to go. Let's see. Get all the way back up here. Well, I missed a lot. Everybody thought I should be good at basketball because I'm tall, but I was terrible. Loved the video. It was cool about living simple. Loved it too. I thought it was more of a welcome introduction, and if you should use it as that. If not, you should use it as that. Loved it too. Coming in late, we'll rewatch. Hey Gina, hope you got your newsletter. It's easy to get weighed down by the cares of this world. I have to run. Have a great weekend. Exactly. Me waking up every morning brings me joy. Joy, joy, joy down in my heart. That's what I sing at church when he starts talking about having joy. I start singing that. Think about Paul and Silas praising God in prison. There you go, Christy. Exactly. Paul and Silas praising God in prison, and the doors were open. Yep. Brenda. Hey, Brenda Duncan. Sorry, I'm going back through reading because I talked too much. Been listening while being busy in the kitchen. Julie Cook. Hey, Julie Cook. Find joy in cooking. There's a good reason to find joy. Yep. Got to run. Merry Christmas. Yeah. Live on a farm. My clothes are stained and my house is a mess. Yep. I have a mess too. Always cleaning the kitchen. With you, Donald is always wanting to film in the messy spot. Yep. That's funny. I suck at cooking unless it's Southern cooking. If it doesn't involve bacon grease, I can't be bothered. Yeah. All right. I got to get off here. Thank y'all for being in here, and we appreciate you. And I will try to get some video out. That's another thing, is because sometimes I don't video because I may be doing something I want to show, but I don't do it because I don't want to go change clothes, or I don't want to go fix my hair, and I don't want to clean up this other mess beside this to show you. You know what I'm saying? I got to quit doing that. I'm just going to video what I want to show you. If I want to show you something because it might be a learning moment, or it might help someone else, I want to show it whether there's a dirty mess beside it or not. And that's what I'm going to do. That's what I'm trying to make myself do. Film in my PJs. There you go. There you go. Yeah, and since I'm working from home, a lot of times I get up and get out of my gown but I put on house clothes, which are scrubby looking mess, and I wear that all day long. And if I want to video something, I don't want to have to go change clothes and get dressed and fix my hair to show you something I'm doing. So that's what, yeah, I'm turning my mentality around to I'm going to show you even if there's a mess here or even if my hair looks like crap. All right. Thank y'all. Good hearing from you and enjoyed everyone's company. Yes. Y'all have a good weekend. Thank you for being here. Everything I own is a scrubby mess. Oh, me. All right. Well, thank y'all. And I'm so glad that y'all come on and we can chat back and forth. And I just love it. I miss it. There used to be more channels. I think there's a lot still going live. There's a lot I miss because I've been so busy, but I want to catch up and you know, I just enjoy y'all. I just enjoy y'all. All right, I'm gonna get off here and go to the bank post office.